Hey guys, it's your girl SeekretD. So I'm coming to y'all talking about a post that I saw. It asks something like, ladies, is the current guy that you're sleeping with the best sex you ever had? And is the current guy you're with the best head you ever had, or something like that? I want to say it was something along those lines. I could be making that up because I don't remember, but I want to say that it's basically asking if the person that you're with was the best you ever had. I think it was, because we were both sexually related, so I want to say one was sex and one was oral sex. And Hypertension said no, and a lot of men, because I put it in the chat, and a lot of men were like, what? And it's so funny because it's like, people don't realize that just because you enjoy sex with someone or you have a great sexual experience, it does not mean that in your mind it's the best you ever had. Sure, they would like to think that they're the best you ever had. Sure, you might tell them they're the best you ever had. I don't do that because y'all know I don't lie. So please don't ask me that ever. If we ever come across in that type of situation in life, don't ask me that. The best you ever had. But I'm like, 9 times out of 10, they're not. I mean, sometimes you know, you end up with the person who's the best sex you ever had. But that doesn't mean that you're their best that they ever had. So then that adds a little disconnect right there, because then it's kind of like, oop. But you know, that it's okay. Like, you don't have to be the best someone ever had at something, but it can be great for the two of you. Like, it can be good. Like, it might not be the best sex. Like, the best sex they ever had could have been a toxic, I don't know why I can't say that word. A toxic. So the best they ever had could be a toxic relationship. And, you know, maybe it was just like, okay, it was like misplaced passion. I don't know how to describe that shit, but maybe that's what it was. Like, it was just too much or something like that. Or maybe it was the emotions involved behind it and not necessarily the sexual act. So again, I don't understand why people have this thing with somebody being the best. You don't have to be the best. You just have to be great for what we have, or perfect for what we have, because that will be enough. You know, even though, you know, I talk to a lot of guys, and guys, I feel like guys more than women, like, okay, I feel like everybody, if they have that one sexual experience that have them like, oh shit, like, you know, I feel like if they have that one sexual experience that was like, oh my God, I feel like they'll never really forget it. A lot of people have like these bootleg flashbacks, like, whew, can't forget this person or that person, or this girl did this thing. Because I've spoken to guys and I've heard guys tell me like, oh, I had this one girl, she changed my life, or this one girl did this thing, and whew, you know what I mean? So I cannot say that it doesn't exist, because there's always something. But that still might not have been the best you ever had, but that's like a memorable thing that happened, and you remember it potently. So again, it's not necessarily meaning like, oh, this is the best, or that was the best, or whatever. So I feel like it's subjective. I don't think that the person you're with has to be the best you ever anything. I just feel like the person that you're with needs to be the best for who you are overall. You need to be satisfied in all areas. So even though it's not the best sex, I feel like it should be satisfying sex. You should be happy with your sex life. And if you are, I feel like you're good. So I feel like that's the thing. So because the guy was like, oh, if a chick told you that you wasn't the best she ever had, what are you gonna assume she's saying? And he was like, oh, you know that my shit is whack, and da-da-da. I'm like, oh, but she never said that. She never said that it's whack. She never said it's not good. She never said she doesn't enjoy you. She just said you're not the best she ever had. And 9 times out of 10, no woman is gonna tell you that unless you ask her. And not even I'm lying, because 9 times out of 10, if you ask a woman that, she gonna lie to you because she don't want to hurt your feelings. But I'm not that woman. I don't lie. I don't believe in lying. So please don't ask me that. If we ever come across paths, if we have crossed paths in the past, don't ask me, was I this, was I that? Because I'm gonna tell you, and it might hurt your feelings. So don't do that. Just don't ask, don't tell. If she seems like she's having a good time when you're with her, and you have a good time when you're with her, and there's no, you know, you just know that y'all shit is good and it's on point, let it be that. So it doesn't have to be a oh, this person's the best, I'm the best, she's the best, da, 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 da. That's just how I feel. So guys, do you think, and ladies, because the question was posed to women as to whether or not the person they're with currently is the best they ever had at XYZ, but I'm going to pose the question to men and women. Do you think that the current person you're with has to be the best you ever had at something? And I asked this because I was also talking to a friend of mine, and he was like, this one girl was like the best sex he ever had. And I'm like, well, why you ain't lock it down? And you know, we just went back and forth. You know, it didn't work out. He wanted to, she didn't want to, da, 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 da. So sometimes it's the one that got away, or something like that, or something to that effect. But yeah, let me know what y'all think.